So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today we're going to speak about a few players, but we're going to start with Nuno Espirito Santo and Unai Emery. Obviously, Unai Emery took training today. He took training at Colney, which poses the question as to why did he give the players 2 days off? Why did they lose at the weekend, then have 2 days off of training when we've got a Europa League game this week? In fact, today. So I don't kind of get that. I think that's a little bit weird, especially when we've not been doing great at the moment. But the fact that he gave them 2 days off, if it was his choice, is just a little bit weird for me. And he's actually come out of Espirito Santo today and basically quashed the rumours. He's come out with a statement, and I'm going to read it out to you. He was asked in his press conference for his Europa League game, and he said, "I think you know me well enough. You know I'm not going to answer about that. I'll never mention an issue that is not a reality." That was obviously why he was speaking about that. He said, speaking about a job as a manager would be disrespectful, and I will not be disrespectful. Now listen, obviously he's the hot favourite. Even now, as I record this video, he is still the hot favourite to be the Arsenal manager. Now, whether that depends on the result tonight in the Frankfurt game for us, whether Emery's already been told that he's going to be potted after the game, and it's a case of lead the team out. A lot of people, including me, are saying, well, why has it not been given to Freddie? Maybe Freddie don't want it. That could be an option. Maybe Freddie doesn't want it. Maybe they don't want Freddie. So there's a lot of permutations. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that we ain't got a clue about. So it's all speculation right now, and I don't know. I don't know where else. Listen, one day I'm thinking he's going to get sacked and Nuno's coming in. The next day it's, really, he's still the manager and Nuno's quashing it. So I don't know. Listen, leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Win, lose or draw tonight, I think we're pretty much all in agreement that we don't want him here. We want him gone. And when I did my poll the other day, 3,500 people voted on that. It was a massive landslide towards having Espirito Santo. I asked the question, would you take him at Arsenal? And it was a massive, massive landslide towards yes. So a lot of the fans do want him. A lot of the fans don't want him. But at the same time, I think he'd massively improve us. And I think he'd play good football with us. We'd improve defensively, no ends. All ends up, like, it'd just be mad. But yeah, anyway, let's get into some of the players we're going to speak about. Let's talk about Eddie Nketiah. He's on loan at Leeds United, as we know. He's actually doing really well at Leeds United. I spoke to a Leeds fan the other night, and he said to me when I was in the bar I was in, he said, I can't believe our manager's not playing him as much as he should be playing him, because every time he comes on, he scores goals. You know, and he has done really, really well for Leeds. Now, apparently there's a clause in the contract that says that if he doesn't play a certain amount of minutes, then we can recall him, etc., etc. And there is a lot of talk at the moment that we are going to recall him in January. Now, if that is the case, I think that's kind of sad for him. I think that, like I said, he's done very, very well there at the moment. He's scoring goals. He's coming on off the bench and making an impact every single time he comes off the bench. But at the same time, he needs to be playing more than just sitting on the bench. The whole idea of going on loan is to play week in, week out. Now, if we do recall him, I think we should loan him straight back out. Maybe to somebody else. I know Bristol Rovers were linked to him, or Bristol City, one of the two. They were massively linked to him. So I think that that's something that we have to look at as a club. There's no way he's getting in our starting 11. It ain't happening. As much as I like the kid, I don't think he's getting in the starting 11. We've got Martinelli there now as well. So even when he comes back off his loan spell, he's up against another player that's doing well. And it's not going to be easy for him to get into the team. So I do think another loan, if it don't work out at Leeds, is probably the best option. But again, leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about Eddie Nketiah. Do you think he's good enough to start games for Arsenal? Obviously, we've got Abba, Laka, Martinelli, Pepe, even Bukayo Saka. Listen, I don't rate him as highly as a lot of you guys do, as you know. I don't think he scores or creates much. And listen, he's only a kid. He's only young, so he's got years ahead of him. But do you think Eddie Nketiah is good enough to start games for Arsenal week in, week out? Let me know in the comment section. Now, let's move on to Kagla Sayonchu. Now, again, he's been linked to Arsenal. And guess what? Different day, different agent coming out. These agents love to talk. Only this time, his agent has basically quashed it and said, nah, it's not happening. So yeah, this is what he said. After such performances in the Premier League, it is quite natural for transfer news to appear. He told the Turkish radio station Radio Spor, if I've got that right, I think I have. Kagler now focuses on success of the team. A transfer is neither on his nor the club's agenda. I don't think what's going on in the future. I don't think about what's going on in the future. But he's thinking about his achievements at Leicester City and the national team. Basically, it's not happening. He then continues on and says, deep down, Kagler's talent, his mental quality, as well as his influence of the coach and his teammates. A very good player is always open to development. He makes very healthy decisions under pressure. He is good with both feet, helped by playing as a midfielder in previous teams. His manager's confidence also affects him. He can still get much better. He will write his own name in gold letters in the history of the Premier League. Well, that's a bold statement from his agent. Listen, of course his agent's going to big him up. That's what he's getting paid for. But again, I don't think there's any smoke without fire with this. Listen, I'm not saying that we're 100% going in for a bid or anything like that, but I do think that he's somebody that would fit into Arsenal. Listen, he's a very, very good centre-back. Very good centre-back. Is he that elite centre-back? Probably not. Can he develop to that? I think so. But it all depends on him, on his choices and his agent's choices going forward. Is Arsenal a good draw for him right now? Probably not. Leicester are way above us right now, and that is sad. Yes, we're a bigger football club. Yes, we've got a bigger fan base. Yes, we can pay more money. It's not always about that. It's about where you're happy. And listen, him and his agent are saying the right things. They're basically saying that they're happy where they are. And it's a non-starter, basically. So yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen in January. It might happen in the summer, but it's definitely not going to happen in January, in my opinion. But I have been proven wrong. Like yesterday when I said that my source, or the day before yesterday when I said my source told me that Emery had been potted. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's move on to the last player we are going to speak about, and that is a Nottingham Forest player. He's a centre-back. He's 22 years old. And his name is Joe Worrell. Now, a lot of clubs are interested in signing this kid. Very good centre-back by all accounts. Listen, I don't really watch the Championship, but my little brother supports Derby County. And as much as he hates Nottingham Forest, he thinks this kid's pretty decent. So yeah, the manager has come out and basically quashed it. And obviously they're going to do that. I understand that. But there's also reports going around that he is linked with Arsenal. Arsenal are very interested in him. The manager has said that he's been superb this season. He simplifies the game. The way we set up at Nottingham Forest, he's well protected and he can shine. He's very good at tackling, heading and blocking. The demands of a centre-back at Arsenal are completely different. I'm not sure he would be as effective in a side that plays a higher line and can't set up in deep blocks or a counter, as Forest can do on all occasions. It's not that we dismiss Worrell's performances this season. He has been really superb, but the setup of a top-flight side that want to play in the Champions League is a massive one. I would be surprised if this happens. Wow. Yeah, there we go. That is out of the Forest manager's lips. Well, listen, there's definitely smoke and fire in that one, because he wouldn't have said nothing, would he? He would have just said, I don't know what he's talking about. So we've obviously gone in for him at some point. Obviously gone and watched him. Maybe put a bid in, maybe said we want to do something in January, asked about the availability, whatever, so on and so forth. Listen, I don't watch that league that much. Like I said, my brother's told me he's a pretty good defender. So we need defenders. We need pretty good ones as well. So why not? Rob Holding, I like Rob Holding, but he's 2 years older than this kid. And he still can't pin down a place. So why not maybe go and look at other options? I don't know. Again, if you do watch that league, if you do know who he is, leave it all down there in the comment section. Don't forget also, I'll be back about 7:15. Yeah, 7:15 for the starting 11 reaction. They drop it a little bit earlier on home games for the Europa League. Also, don't forget, I'll be doing a live watch-along with Guna Eagle Eye. His link is in the description. Fully go and support him. Give him some love on YouTube. And don't forget, Insta and Facebook links are also in the description. So until 7:15 tonight, I'm out of here.